You don't need me to tell you just how amazing the fights in Naruto are. They have some of the best, if not the best, choreography in all of anime, spectacular animation, a range of dynamic abilities that clash in interesting ways, and usually they have a lot of build-up or a compelling narrative behind them. But for a story as big as Naruto, it is very difficult to give every character the drawn-out fight scenes they deserve. Honestly, Masashi Kishimoto could create an entire miniseries centered around fights throughout the timeline that had incredible lore behind them. Fights that fans wanted to see. It would have been incredibly successful. It would have made the fans go absolutely crazy. For this video, we're going to discuss 10 of these fights and who we think would come out on top. I'm also planning a separate video for the top 10 hypothetical Naruto fights we all wanted to see. Fights that were never alluded to in the series. Fights that may not have necessarily played out in the timeline. Things like Minato versus Itachi, or Pain versus all three of the legendary Sannin. If that sounds good to you, leave your thoughts down below on what fights you most wanted to see and who you think would win those fights. And while you're down there, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And yeah, onto the video. At number 10, we have Sasuke versus Neji, the Battle of the Prodigies. Two geniuses that hail from extremely powerful and revered clans in the Hidden Leaf Village, and were exceptionally talented even when compared to other members of their respective clans. During the Chunin exams, this fight was alluded to multiple times as Sasuke and Neji seemed to take an interest in battling one another. Neji completely outclasses Sasuke during the early stages of the Chunin exams, and Sasuke completely eclipses Neji once we get into Shippuden. But there is a sweet spot during the final stage of the Chunin exams where I think they were relatively close in ability and have honed their skills to a degree where a battle between them would be extremely close. After his training with Kakashi, Sasuke at this point has increased his speed, has better proficiency with his Sharingan, and has mastered the Chidori, which would make this a much closer fight. Personally, I think Neji still has a slight edge here, but Sasuke does have an ace up his sleeve, and that's the curse mark. If Sasuke were to activate it, I think he'd have the advantage. But what do you guys think? Who would win if Sasuke and Neji fought each other at this stage in the Chunin exams? I actually think this would have been the most hype fight in part 1, outside of Naruto versus Sasuke, of course, as we get to see the Sharingan versus the Byakugan, before the Sharingan completely went on to outclass it. This type of fight is all about creating an opening because whoever lands their strongest technique first, whether it's the Chidori or the 8 trigrams 64 palms, will probably win this fight. And with Sasuke's speed and fire style, as well as Neji's rotation and mastery of the Gentle Fist, it's fun to speculate who would be able to create that opening first. Coming in at number 9 is Kakashi versus Kabuto,